How is it going today? Lord, my name's Dwayne.
My name's Jazz.
We're Dwayne Jazz. Here we have skipping in high school, sWooZie. Oh my goodness.
I don't think I've ever skipped in high school. Not in high school. In college, yes, but not in high school.
Yeah, I got some story to tell. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions, please follow us on all social media and link us below. And don't forget to
subscribe.
In high school, I never understood going to school to skip class on campus. That made no sense to me. If you didn't want to go to school, stay home. I'd be in driver's ed class outside on the bleachers, look over and see kids skipping every single day, like literally skipping.
I would just fake sick.
Then in my school, skipping was like a really big problem. So if you got caught, it's Saturday school or detention. Not worth it.
Referrals.
I go to school and forget that I have a massive test that I didn't study for. So
skip.
Bump it. I'm just gonna skip. And lately I've been getting a lot of subscribers from England, Australia, and Canada. I don't know how schooling works over there. At my school, we had 3 lunches and 1 long class that you just stay in for that whole time until it's your lunch. And I had the last lunch, so all I need to do is skip class for the first 2 lunches. And then we Gucci. So I'm staying in the hall thinking about this, and then the late bell rings, so I'm just like, okay, well, it's now or never. And over by art and photography, there's these bathrooms that are single-stalled that I always smell wacky tobacco coming out of. So I walk over there, and there's an open stall. I go in, I hide, and then I wait for the first bell ring. So kids start going into the lunchroom, and I'm thinking to myself, I could hide in here for an hour.
Yeah.
Or I could be a fatty and eat at all 3 lunches.
Right.
And if you've seen any of my Instagram stories or my Snapchat stories, you already can know which one of these I picked. I had my main squad, Willie and Bandit, in high school, but I'd also squad hopped. I was cool with the Jamaicans, the goth kids, the nerds, the popular kids. Okay, I wasn't really friends with the popular kids, but you get the idea. I've never been to this first lunch. It had a completely different vibe. But please believe I was chilling with my Asians over there like...
true. All the different lunches do have different vibes.
Bell rings, everybody starts leaving the lunchroom. I start heading back to my bathrooms, and there's an administrator blocking it. So my new mission objective is to find a new bathroom, and then I'll just come out for a second lunch. Boom, we good. And now the administrators are watching all the kids going into the classrooms. I don't got no class over on this side of the building, so I walk outside, and I'm acting like I'm going to another building, and then I hear, hey! Did you hear anything? I didn't hear anything. I'm just going to walk this way now. Then I hear her say, hey, you stop! And then...
Don't gang on like it.
You're right, administrators. That's 3-day suspension. I sprint for like 30 seconds, and I thought I lost her. Look over my shoulder, and she was right there like... I'm 16 and a half years old, and you're like 70. How are you keeping up with me? I ain't going back to jail. I did my nickel. I ain't going back. I'm guessing a lot of kids ran from her, because I felt like John Connor being chased by the T-1000. So I'm zigzagging, running around corners. I find a bathroom, boom, kick open the door. There's 10 other dudes in this bathroom looking like refugees, all skipping, waiting for their next lunch. So there's like a 10-minute window between when lunch gets out and the next lunch starts. So I just have to not get caught before that next bell rings. So I'm chilling in the bathroom, and then I hear the double doors at the end of the hall open, and then I start hearing heels. None of these dudes know what's going down, so I run into a stall. Thank God there was nobody in it. We're in a boy's bathroom. She can't come in.
Yes, she will.
Right? So the heels keep getting louder and louder, and then she gets to the door and cracks it open, and she goes, I know you're in there. Nobody says a word. If you come out now, it's not going to be that much of a punishment.
That much.
But if you make me go and get a male administrator, everybody in here is getting suspended. I'm dripping sweat. Sweat is coming out of my booty cheeks right now. My mom was from the Caribbean. I know if she finds out I ran from an administrator and got suspended, she's going to beat me with a fridge. So once she threatens she's going to get another administrator, one guy cracks and he comes out. Is anybody else in there?
He don't snitch. Oh.
So then another kid who's always in trouble, we'll just call him Dre. Dre's like, forget it, whatever, I'm in here too. Who else is in there? You better not cover for anybody. So he walks back in, and like, Dre is cool. He ain't gonna snitch. You, and just rats with no hesitation. And then he starts walking out, and she's like, is there anybody else? Oh, let me check the stalls real quick. What the H? Dre? I hear him open up the other stall. You and you.
They hold each other.
She opens up my stall, and she was like, is there anybody else in there? And he looks me dead in my eye, and he goes, nah. I said it's all clear, ain't nobody else in here.
There you go.
Me and Dre never even talked. We have gym class together. And I never said 2 words to this dude. Needless to say, That was the last time I ever skipped
Respect.
class.
Yeah.
Ever.
That's your dog now.
That's my homie now.
Dog.
But yeah, I was like,
You scared?
it was like, this is one class and I did not like the teacher, and every time I was getting that class, we would not learn anything because there was bad kids in there and it was always disruptive. So I was like,
No, in our schools that we went to, I believe you.
Yeah, I
our
went to
schools was bad. They were bad.
ghetto hood.
Bad.
But then it got
Bad.
better. It got really good once in my senior year. But my first year, God, it was really bad. It was such a bad school.
You know
But
your
it was-
school is bad when the gangs are affiliated with whatever street you live by.
Yeah.
Or live on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like I just like I skipped. So I would like I would be there the first half, and it got to a point where people weren't returning back to class.
Oh.
Because they go to this lunch and then never come back, so you start getting in trouble. But I didn't even care.
It's so easy for my school.
I didn't even care. I was go to the English class. I did not really it was like I couldn't learn anything because people didn't take it seriously, and I couldn't learn anything because they being disruptive every time in this class.
Yeah.
So it was like either go to this disruptive class and not learn anything and just be
Or
there,
just not learn anything.
and have some
In,
fun,
like, the hallway or something.
Right. So my thing was to do the same thing he did, and that was like go to different lunches. Because one time I think I skipped, and I went to all the lunches because the administrators didn't know me. I didn't get in trouble. It was like my face, you didn't see my face that much, and I was sitting there. So each one had a different security. So they had different rotators. So you wouldn't know.
Different security than I did.
Right.
Mine is a completely different experience.
So each one rotated, so there was a different, and I didn't know this, and I was like, oh, there's a different administrator every lunch, so they will never know my face. And so each lunch had a different vibe to it, and I was like, wow. Like, it was crazy.
That's not how it is for mine. I went to 2 different high schools, but the first one, it was bad. First of all, that school was separated. It got so bad to the point where they had to separate us, boys on one side, girls on the other, for all the lunches, okay? Because we had fights, and we had school fights, like food fights. We had food fights and fights.
Wow. Yeah, I hated food fights.
But once they put all the girls on one side, that created more fights, because you know how girls are.
Yeah.
So that didn't really work. But anyway, we had that, and because of that, we had a lot of administrators and like security almost in there all the time, and they would stay there for all 4 lunches. So if they see your face in all 4, they know that you were skipping, and they're gonna get you and like write you up or whatever like that. And plus we wore uniforms, and everybody had a white shirt, and then they checked the girls' bags at lunch. They checked, yes. Every lunch, they didn't want people to bring food outside of the cafeteria. So they would have, at both of the double doors, have somebody on the left side, have somebody on the right side. And if a girl passed and they had like a purse, they would still tell you to stop. Open up your purse to show on the inside, which is a breach of privacy, by the way. Right. And look through there to see if you have food. I had food in there one time, but I just put my hand over it once I opened up my bag. Yeah. And I said, And like one time I know one of the administrators, and it was a male, and he saw like a pad in there, and then he kind of like stopped. I'm like, that's what you get. Yeah. Because you're not supposed to be looking at my bag anyway.
So
now you see all my business.
I was becoming like a candy lord.
We had those too.
I would go to the lunches. I'd be having the snacks that you couldn't get, the drinks you couldn't drink in the backpack.
See, we evolved. We evolved. I had a friend. I'm not gonna say his name. Let me call him
Tommy.
Tommy. Yeah. So Tommy, he had snacks every day, but he didn't have it in the obvious way. So for him to do it without getting caught, he would put different snacks in a binder. He had a binder just dedicated to snacks. So like each binder, and he had dividers too. He had dividers with the little clear packaging and stuff. And he'll have like Skittles on one side, flip it over. Here's some M&Ms, flip it over. Here's some Snickers, flip it over. Here's some Honey Buns. And like he had it all in one binder. So like he was like our snack plug. He was so smart for that too. Cause like he would bring it, he would have it like he's carrying books, but one of them is not books. It's like all
hollow
food.
inside.
It's all
wow.
I'm like, dude, and it was like one of those zipper binders too, so he could just hold it all and it won't fall out.
Anyway, guys, please comment below. Tell us what you think.
We was bad. Don't forget to like,
subscribe, share.